The foster care system is meant to be a safety net. But what happens when the net has holes? According to a report from the U.S. Administration for Children and Families, each year more than 15,000 young people age out of foster care, and 20% of these people experience homelessness right away, according to the America First Policy Institute. Without guidance or support, many fall through the cracks. Like a net that's supposed to catch them, the system fails when there's no structure, stability, and support. Foster care reform through providing better foster parent training, mental health services, sibling unity, and support for youth aging out is necessary to give every child a fair chance at life. Today, I'll explain how increasing training and support for foster parents creates more stable homes, how expanding resources prevents homelessness, and how access to mental health services helps foster youth to heal, as well as how prioritizing sibling placements supports children's well-being. Increasing training and support for foster parents helps create more stable and nurturing homes for children in care. Many people imagine foster parents to be prepared, strong, and patient. However, the truth is that many foster parents are overwhelmed and unsupported. The Christian Alliance for Orphans reports that this lack of support is one of the leading causes of instability in the system. Additionally, the America First Policy Institute found that foster children experience an average of 3 placements every year. That means 3 new homes, 3 new schools, and 3 new families year after year. Trauma-informed training for foster parents has been proven to make a difference. The Annie E. Casey Foundation found that implementing trauma systems therapy for foster care helps reduce disruptions and strengthens child and caregiver relationships. When caregivers understand trauma, emotional regulation, and attachment, they are better prepared to create consistent and nurturing homes. However, even with good foster homes, there are many youth who age out of the system, facing life completely alone with little to no support. Expanding resources for youth aging out of foster care helps prevent homelessness and supports a successful transition into adulthood. Many foster youth age out of the system, having no one to call, nowhere to go, and no net to fall back on. The America First Policy Institute has shown that 20% of youth become homeless the moment they age out. And the U.S. Administration for Children and Families has also reported that in 2023 alone, 15,590 youth aged out of the foster care system, showing a great need for improvement. A transition program has been shown to be one of the strongest tools in preventing these outcomes. Programs that offer stable housing, job readiness, mentorship, and life skill support have been shown to reduce homelessness and unemployment. The National Conference of State Legislatures notes that investing in these programs not only improves lives, but also saves taxpayer money by reducing long-term need for emergency services and government assistance. By providing structure and support, we're not only helping these children to survive, but we're helping them to thrive. But stability isn't only about safety and housing. For many youth, the greatest challenge they face is healing from trauma. Providing access to mental health services helps foster children to heal from trauma and promotes long-term stability. Foster youth face some of the highest mental challenges out of any group of people. The National Conference of State Legislatures finds that up to 80% of foster children have significant mental health needs, such as depression, anxiety, and behavioral disorders. Also, according to the America First Policy Institute, foster youth experience PTSD rates greater than that of even combat veterans. Consistent mental health care changes lives. Trauma-informed therapy and counseling helps reduce disruptions and improves behavior, school performance, and placement stability. However, it needs to be consistent and continuous. Children that experience interrupted therapy during placement changes are at a greater risk of suffering emotionally and mentally. For example, imagine a 10-year-old girl named Rosie. Like many foster children, she entered the system after years of neglect. When she first arrived, she was quiet and had nightmares almost every night. However, her foster parents, trained in trauma-informed care, were able to recognize the signs of emotional pain and help her receive therapy. Over time, with consistency and compassion, she was able to open up. She started to laugh more, sleep better, and she began to trust again. Rosie's story is just one example of the hardships that many and countless foster children face. And it shows that mental health care and stable homes help create some stability in their lives and help them to heal and rebuild their lives again. While healing is important, so are the relationships that make children feel safe, especially the bonds they share with their siblings. Prioritizing sibling placements in foster care supports emotional well-being and maintains important family connections. For many children, their siblings are the only sense of familiarity they have in their lives. The Children Welfare Information Gateway has explained that sibling relationships provide the strongest source of emotional stability after removal from home. When siblings are separated, this trauma of removal becomes even more painful and confusing during this time. Research from the Annie E. Casey Foundation has found that children placed with siblings experience fewer disruptions and have greater emotional resilience and a stronger sense of identity. Policies that prioritize sibling placement not only help and protect children's mental health, but also promote a stronger sense of belonging and family as well as stability. Today we reviewed and looked at how better training for foster parents, increased support for youth aging out, and access to mental health services, as well as keeping siblings together can help transform the foster care experience. Foster care reform in these 4 areas is vital to ensure that every child has the opportunity to thrive and to reach their full potential. Every child deserves a stable and loving environment. And every one of us can make that possible by supporting foster families, advocating for improved policies, donating to organizations that support the foster care system, and spreading awareness. Each contribution creates real change. When we invest in these children, we invest not only in their futures, but in the futures of our communities. Thank you.